to Woodshed Reviews, where we look at films old and new, good and bad. And tonight we are going to be discussing Moonwalker.
I was just aware, I haven't watched Moonwalker in a long time, so let's just check it out. Let's see how it is.
Make that change.
Is it a movie?
The tagline is, a movie, ... like no other. So that's the first port of call. But is it even a movie? I suppose we'll discuss that.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson has become the first artist in the history of music to generate 6 #1 singles off one album. The album, of course, is bad.
It was bemusing to me at the time. I suppose looking back at it now, it's kind of like a logical progression for Michael Jackson, given that this is a few years after Thriller kind of, I guess, redefined the sort of pop music promo, the pop music video. It was sort of like somewhere between a long form video and a short film.
Yeah.
So it does kind of make sense in that regard, but whether it makes a coherent or satisfying movie, that's maybe a different question.
Quite a cool transition into... I wasn't quite expecting that, to see the kids performing Bad.
Yeah, so this is like I guess the third part of it, which is a recreation of the Bad video, a well-known video, I'm sure, to most people. And it's done with little kids who are kind of performing the part.
Yeah, and it's incredibly well done. I was quite, well shot and performed. It's
a nice little skit, I guess you could say. Sort of really well done and about as professionally done as the original video.
Yeah.
I don't think there's too much difference. A few little sort of kiddie sort of jokes sticking out their tongues and the bubblegum popping and the crotch slam, which he gets wrong.
Then we see, I think, coming off the set and goes through some smoke. And then we see adult MJ.
I think for the first time in the film, we've got a bit of a smooth transition from segment to segment. This one feels like it's got, okay, you feel like you're kind of getting into it, it's getting into its groove now. And the song Speed Demon from the album Bad, I think it was a single, but I think everything was a single off of that album.
There was a lot, yeah.
I don't think anything, maybe the Stevie Wonder song, I think that didn't make it as a single, but apart from that, it's a nice claymation video. There's not a lot of that these days.
Yeah, it's nice to see these techniques he uses.
It still holds up pretty well. Maybe some of the blue screen is a little janky here and there, but it is from 35 years ago, I guess. So. But yeah, it's a nice little vignette, I guess you might say.
Yeah.
And we come to the end of that where Michael's given a ticket because he's in a no dancing zone.
Yeah.
A little bit of Kevin Bacon going on there. A little Footloose moment maybe. So we have a fade out there and then we go straight into the Leave Me Alone video.
Yeah.
A very memorable video.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing.
Similar, a different aspect to the Speed Demon one in which he was looking at the overzealous fans, I guess, and Speed Demon, and this time it's a very barbed prose against the press at the time who had been hounding him to no end.
Absolutely. Well, he was probably the biggest star in the world at that time, and I mean, he played along with the press, but then yeah, it got a bit much. A
perfect response to I thought, Leave Me Alone, and doing it, good sense of humour about it, dancing with the Elephant Man's bones and whatnot, the shrine to Elizabeth Taylor, all that stuff sort of in there. There's not holding back on what they were saying about him.
Yeah, back when it was humorous.
Yeah, I guess so, aye. And then we get to the Club 30 sequence. This is where Michael has apparently told the kids to meet him that night.
And when the kids first go in, it's all dusty.
Dusty, like no one's been there for 40 years or something like that.
Yeah, but at this stage, Michael Jackson arrives outside the club. But at this point, he's already turned into a car.
We've skipped the best part. We've skipped the best part. Yeah, and he's trapped there, but he sees a shooting star, which allows him
to make a wish.
Does it right? So I guess he makes a wish. It's never shown.
That's what you do when you see a shooting star.
What the hell was that?
There's no explanation for this beyond he sees a star, he's able to wish, he turns into a car. This is a reoccurring theme. So then we get to the Club 30s where they're going to meet up. Obviously, as you said, it was deserted when the kids were in it, but when Michael enters,
for a bit of magic,
the magic happens, and we go straight into quite possibly the greatest music video of all time.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. I mean, I can't argue with that.
This is Happy Days.
Yeah.
I'm loving all this stuff. This is amazing. You've got the moonwalk. You've got I don't know if it's got a name.
The lean.
Just the lean, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Patented by Michael Jackson in his fancy shoes. So it's some sort of like mechanism where he clips the shoes into the stage.
That's right. He needs strong legs for that though.
Yeah. I love the ideas of Joe Pesci just playing this over-the-top, ridiculous drug baron, standing over a map saying, we need to just go around injecting kids with drugs so that they become addicted.
You gotta remember, a younger customer always turns into a loyal customer. Remember that, remember that.
And, Michael Jackson is able to turn into a super sleek sports car or a ship, but there's no...
Yeah, it's
no explanation for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of amazing imagination in terms of visual effects and ideas, but yeah, we're kind of missing the rest of the film.
It feels like it's for very young kids you'd have to be like younger than, to not ask any questions about what's going on. So maybe that's what it's aimed for.
It could be, because, young kids, they fill in the gaps with their imagination, that kind of thing. Because it's like you're seeing all the best bits from a movie without all the boring explanation.
Yeah.
Everybody get ready. Ready?
Do we give a Woodshed rating to Moonwalker?
I mean, it's got Smooth Criminal in it.
Yeah.
And that's 5 logs right there, isn't it?
That's 5 logs. That is absolutely 5 logs. There's no doubt about that. Other stuff is not quite so much. So I'm going to go... I'm going to have to say 2.5 logs.
Yeah. It pains me, but I think I have to agree with you there. It features music videos that are very obviously 5 logs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything else kind of brings it down a bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Michael Jackson's Moonwalker done. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again next time.
Bye.